Hey, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars, and I've got a truck I haven't had, oh Lord, probably at least 6 years. This is a 1946 Chevrolet short bed truck, and this, you guys can tease me, but this is one I wanted to keep real bad, because it's actually pretty straight. And it's got a lot done to it. It's got a 350 V8 in it already. Actually, it may not. Let's say it's a small block Chevy, and I need to make sure I say that because it's got the little smaller 2-barrel intake and carburetor on it. It could be a 283 or a 305. I didn't pull the numbers. I can if it's important to you, but I'll tell you this: you touch the key and she fires right up, and it's got a really nicely done Mustang 2 front end. She's still cold, so. Great driving engine, great driving, perfectly shifting transmission, 350 turbo trans. Actually, when I bought this truck, I didn't even drive it. I hopped in the passenger seat. I had my 23-year-old daughter with me, and I said, here, you drive it. Thought about restoring this. She's starting a coffee shop, and to do some coffee deliveries, we're looking for an antique automobile that would be just right for her. And so I let her drive it, and she said, Dad, it drives great. We can paint it this color and do such and such. And I just about pulled the trigger on keeping it and starting the rest that we wanted to do. And I said, you know what, we've got to have a wagon. We've got to have a Willys wagon, or we've got to have a Ford or Chevy panel truck. So that's kind of what we're on the lookout for. Actually, I almost bought one the other day, and guy got it sold right before I could get to it. I mean, it steers so easy. I meant to show you that. I mean, genuinely, I'm telling you, my 23-year-old daughter drove this truck. I didn't even drive it. Actually, she drove it a couple times, and I've only driven it once compared to her driving it a couple times. And she just really enjoyed it. It's actually got a functional stereo in it. In a moment, I don't want to miss what you have for me.
Jeremy Camp, keep me in the moment.
As you try to make it through your day with your family, know that the fish is doing everything we can to
turn
make
that
this
down,
a
sorry.
place.
But I mean, the stereo sounds good. Great sounding engine. Really nice, classic exhaust sound. And this truck kind of looks, I felt like when I walked up to it the first time, I said, man, the truck looks a little rough. But when I got up on it, I'm like, man, it really just wouldn't take much to clean it up a little bit. And what we were gonna do was throw a Hot Rod Black on it, and to do like a red bleed through Hot Rod Black, which is a really cool look. And listen to the engine run. No exhaust leaks. It starts right up. It doesn't smoke. It runs nice. It looks clean. I would like to do a different air cleaner. That's not my favorite air cleaner, but you know, it's clean under the hood. I mean, it just runs phenomenal, and I'll show you in a little bit when we go underneath. They did a really nice, really nice, meticulous job. Horn works, a little horn button. Really meticulous job putting the Mustang 2 front end in. So that means a lot to me too. So nice clean inner fender wells. They really fitted this is an old, somebody did this engine swap a long time ago. This is an old engine swap. Even has the original radiator in there. I've never seen it overheat. The power steering works great. You do have to do quite the reach to get over there. And sometimes finagle finagle the hood latch just a little bit, because it does the dual hood latch, the dual clamshell there. So I got this actually from my buddy Frank. We do a lot of business together. He owns a body shop, and he does really nice work. And I said, Frank, why don't we paint it? And he showed me another paint job he'd just gotten done, finished with another Ford F1 that I'd sold to a guy a couple of months ago. And he said, you know anybody to paint it? I said, yeah, go see Frank. Yada yada yada. Their project's done. And he said, man, I can do this paint job for you, and it'll look awesome. And I said, let's do it. He said, but I think you ought to put it up for sale like it is, and let the next guy choose what he wants to do with it, because It's not hard to, you know, scuff and shoot, and especially do kind of a more rat rod style paint job. I wish I could have dusted this out a little bit better. This has got a brand new bed in it, or I say brand new, it's probably put in years ago, but as you can tell, it's been garage kept. Beautiful wood bed, looks like oak or a poplar. Just a beautiful bed in it. So it's got paint pops around it and stuff, you know. And Frank just said, you know, Eric, somebody might want just to rat rod this thing, and you'd be doing them a disservice to paint. This is a very old paint job. Somebody did a little, you know, they probably did the antenna back in the day right there. My favorite about these, the independent standing headlights on the fenders, is one of my favorite things about pre-war trucks. And when you get to post-war trucks, they, you know, obviously integrated the headlights into the fenders, and then into the grills, and so on and so forth. So even the windshield wiper works, and that's super cool. It does have some cracked glass on both sides. It's flat glass. It's not hard to replace. You can order parts for this thing online. And so as you walk around the truck, it's got you can tell it was done years and years ago. This is the worst spot. We've got a couple of spots of Bondo in here. But one of the things that I want to be quick to show you is, though it looks like that's thick on top, and you look up underneath, it's not rusted through. And so it's not filling any holes. I remember one time I went to look at a truck. I drove 7 hours to go to Florida to buy this truck, and I found a Bondo spot. I am not exaggerating. It looked like a Nerf football stuck in the bottom, and it was all Bondo. Just, they must have used a half or 3/4 of a gallon of Bondo just on that one spot. And I said, man, I can't buy this thing. So I'm very particular, and I look for things like that. And I want you to know, I'm looking here with you on the camera right now. This thing is not a Bondo bucket. It's not all filled up. It's just that whoever painted this gold paint on it probably did it back in the 70s. It's really old paint, really old body work. It's got a new tank, gas tank in the back. Very clean underneath. And that's actually all the wood. You can see where they did the wood job underneath, which is, like I said, that was done much more recently. It's got new brake lines on it. You can see the newer brake lines on it, and the hoses. Shocks are older. This thing cruises down the road, rides very, very nicely. I always feel like it's a testament to a vehicle when I talk to someone and they say their wife drives it or their daughter drives it. You know, I don't know any good man who would put their wife or daughter in a vehicle that wouldn't be right to drive. So I'm not lying to you when I tell you my first test drive in this, my first 10 miles in this truck was with my 23-year-old driving it. Granted, she's grown up around antique cars. She knows how to drive the 3 on the tree and everything. But look at these. You know, usually these are rusted out. I mean, this is solid step sides. I mean, this is a solid truck. Solid original front. These are original cab corners. You know, look at these floor pans. These is original floor pans. That's original cab corner. I mean, there's no rust in it. Incredible. I mean, really, for a 46. Just incredible. I mean, and it doesn't look like anybody ever got under here and cleaned it. I don't know if you can see on that side too, so I don't have to lay down over there, but I guess I could go over there anyways. But that step side, same as this one, no rust on it. I said I'd show you the Mustang front end work. They did a great job. You can't even tell. Got to go looking for just how clean. They welded everything. Of course, this is the original frame. You know, they don't cut the frame just to weld the Mustang to front end to front. And I just did a phenomenal job. Looks like it was done a long time ago, but very, very nicely. Come over to this side and show you real quick. Same thing, little rust pops here and there. Quite frankly, I was going to do a quick sand on the truck, shoot some red on it, and then paint satin black over the top, do a little bit of scuff through, and oil it. There's all your work there. I mean, just so clean. Step sides here, original floor pans, original cab corner. I mean, this truck's really, for as this is the tough thing for me, for as weird or kind of, you know, botched on the outside as it looked with the old, you know, crusty gold paint, this is a really solid truck actually. So don't let it fool you. It's got nice new wheels on it, nice new chrome wheels. It's got nice new tires on it. It really rides down the road good. I can't remember if I showed you the interior. Older, of course, dated upholstery job, but still comfortable and presentable. That was the other thing I said. If I do red, what I thought about doing was color matching the dash, shooting that one super quick coat of this color on the truck, then shooting it with the satin black, scuffing back through, showing some out, and then do a satin, you know, clear coat finish, kind of oiled down look is what we call it. But I mean, the doors open and close right. A couple little spots of rust here and there. Nothing major. Even the, I mean, not, you know, it's a little annoying, but there's just the fact that the windshield wiper works is freaking amazing. I don't think that the windshield opens and closes as it's supposed to. I believe it's closed permanently right now. They did make these with a crank on the front. That was supposed to be a crank there, and then the windshield would crank in and out, and that's probably something that could be repaired. But a lot of guys sealed them up because they didn't want, you know, if you did get caught in the rain in one of these things, it's gonna rain all over you because they just don't seal up real good. So especially if you're doing 75 miles an hour. I mean, this truck's made to be driven fast. It's made for highway speeds. It's got a, you know, updated, I believe it's an S10 rear end. And so, you know, anyways, give us a call. I've gone a little long-winded on this one. This was a tough one for me to even put up for sale. I was gonna sandblast. I was gonna take the front grille, the front rear bumpers off. I was gonna sandblast them, the window trim, have all that media blasted, have it powder coated. They're actually doing a really cool powder coating chrome look that goes really good with satin colors, because it's kind of a satiny chrome look, but you don't pay for chroming, you're just paying for powder coating. It's a lot more affordable and it's really cool. And that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do that, maybe in white, or maybe just do the chrome, or I even thought about doing all the trim in red or white. And then, you know, so we've thought about doing all kinds of stuff with this truck, and we said, we're gonna let you choose. So give us a call, Peachtree Classic Cars.com. This will make a great fall project. You can drive it and enjoy it while you're projecting on it.